Uh, You asked the question why the so-called yoga, asanas and pranayama, upavasa and such so-called body practices, body management activities can be kind of dangerous to other religions. Now there is a kind of dispute and debate going on in various locations of India about the Hindu character of yoga and asana and all that. In fact, yoga and asana and pranayama and such methodologies are not at all Hinduistic. It is threatening, it is dangerous even to the so-called religion of Hinduism also. By even among so-called Hinduism, there is no unified code of practices and rituals and philosophies, because those Indians in general are aware of the Aham Brahmasmi and the Ayamatma Brahma and the thou art that of the basic condition of the invariant condition of existence. They have the freedom to choose their own deities and decide their own ways of practice and worship and prayers. So it is actually a fact that there is no common religion called Hinduism at all. It is an assemblage of various different, sometimes diametrically opposite vantage points and perspectives about existence and mind and matter. So what happens if so-called yogic asanas and postures and high methodologies like pranayama and upavasa are practiced? Why it can be kind of a neutralizing force for all the other interpretation, description-based religious ideologies. It is because when the various asanas are practiced, the body comes into its idling condition. When pranayama is practiced, the body comes into its integrated process states. The body ideally goes to the state of the body of the little baby. If the human entity of the body, mind, intellect, intelligence and attendant spirit, intellect or when the attention is guiding the body processes by the intelligence or knowledge, then the mind becomes calm, the body becomes like that of a cat, threshold level, no extra needless pressure is applied here and there. Then the attendant spirit comes into its central control. The individual becomes so-called spiritual. Then the validity of other description, other words and sentences of interpretations of religions are very likely to become weak. It will not be able to command the centricity and conformity trap of human beings. Out of all yogas, for example, if you do Savasana, I would say an ideal asana, the entire body process comes into the threshold level, below threshold level. Ideally, all asanas should have the Savasana content in that. Only the cat-like optimum required movements and tensions in the muscles. But for a great majority of human beings, even in the sleep condition, the various muscles and other parts of the flesh are in kind of a needless, tense condition, like the string of a tent is pulled and tied onto the ground. Sleeping meaning just the body should be lying down like that of a little baby. But a certain pressure is applied. I am just giving example of threshold level operations of the body so that the mind becomes, or the consciousness which is generated by the body process also becomes attuned in Tao, so that the spirit also becomes attuned, and then the evidences of the reality of existence will be perceived intuitively by the individual. Individual would know with his own intellect the invariant of the visible variations of entities, events, things and phenomena.